I try to do something slightly different each time. But of course, are you with me? Testing, 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 testing. All right. All right, let's go. Let's begin with the subject now here. I'm not doing the intro now. But I got something to talk about. I only got something to talk about. I just had an argument with someone a little while ago about religion. And I was explaining to them how that's a great evil for a greater good. So this video is going to be called Why Religion is a Form of Escapism and Excuses, Negative Excuses. There's good excuses and then there's bad excuses. Okay? In life. But people don't believe in good and bad for everything. Okay? Arrogance, who are they, right? So, let me explain something here. If you're religious, let me just clearly put it to you straightforward. You're coming back here. All right? You're coming. Heaven and hell is right here, right now. We're not talking about theoreticals. We're not talking about anything else. If your constructive thought is focused on an external God, that spook in the motherfucking sky, okay, and when you were younger, you could not differentiate to know what that truth was. You're basically an NPC player, a non-playable character. You have no critical thinking skills. I made a video about this, but someone asked me why you were not religious. I said because my critical thinking skills caused me to go into my raison d'etre and to pull out things that doesn't make sense about Jesus, Elijah Muhammad, Krishna, Rama, okay, no matter what statue you saw. Okay, those are critical thinking skills, asking questions. Have you ever thought about asking yourself these questions, or to another person who is religious? If God is existing, it does exist, why didn't he fix things right now? That question cannot be answered by a religious person, by me, because it's never been answered. God can come down right now and fix everything. But you know what? That actually did happen with the more Hindu belief systems. And you know what happened, right? It didn't turn out too well. When a creator comes down, so the older religions are much better than the newer religions because a lot of people don't understand the newer, even Christianity, even Elijah Muhammad. They don't understand it. So they don't go back to Judaism. They don't go back to Hinduism, where it all came from. They don't go back to paganism. They don't go back that far. So I say that when I tell people, I said, do you believe yourself as a sinner, right? And do you feel that you're going to be judged? They say yes, by an eternal source. Okay, I said, well, why would an eternal source send you here in the first place to be judged? They can't comprehend that question. I said, God put you here, right? So you can learn something, but why would he put you in harm's way? To learn all of the suffering. Then I asked him another question. I said, do you believe in reincarnation? Yeah, they would say Jesus only reincarnated. I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. But there's factual proof and evidence out there, which you can do research yourself, that people have been reincarnated. What makes you think there's other people in this world who don't have sins? I don't understand the logic behind these religious people. I don't understand that. Do you believe that there's no more magic people in this world? Do you believe that all magic folk is evil? Okay, this is a closed-minded concept. And so I'm like, so that means that when you feel bad about yourself and you feel yourself as a sinner, you believe that Jesus is going to save you, but it clearly tells you that Jesus is not coming here to bear peace. And also in Isaiah, it says that God is both the devil and God at the same time. He's the good guy and the bad guy. It tells you clearly in the Bible, it tells you he's the creator of evil and good. So what logic is there for you to be saved when in naturality the Ten Commandments is really focusing on you? Okay, because I see it as focusing on myself. When I read the Ten Commandments, I'm like, thou shalt not worship no other God before me. That's talking about yourself. And if you read the Bible from the beginning, from clear to end, and you just read the parable correctly, it simply says that, and we created man in our image. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. But I don't need to read the other religions because I'm pretty sure the philosophy from the older Hindu belief system and also Judaism far exceeds, it's more fantastic. Mahabharata, Vishnu records, Ramayana. They're far more interesting, bigger context of information. There's far more creative. If the story is crazy like that, I believe in Ramayana noodles. He was a god that lived for 6,000 years. His story was very interesting. Krishna. Okay, I'm like, to me, Raman actually lived in this planet for like 6,000 years, maybe 2,000. I forgot how many years it was. And the heavens opened up after his life was done. And he went back after he saved his wife. Okay, Sarah. Okay. Y'all don't know that story. But Raman had 6 arms. I think it was that creature. No, that was Krishna. Okay. But please understand that a lot of you individuals who are religious don't have any critical thinking skills. Yeah, I don't have the capability. And this is why I say most people in the world are idiots. And this is why I do not recommend that you listen to my videos, because it makes so much fucking sense. Maybe a small amount is waking up at a time. But right now, that with this election coming up in America, with Donald Trump and everything, I truly believe that most people are just stupid, stuck on stupid, and they don't know that man. But you want to go for Biden, okay? I'm like, why? Why vote in the first place? If you just had enough morality not to be greedy, and when you do have something you just give to your fellow brother, which the Bible does clearly tell you, we wouldn't have capitalism. We wouldn't have communism, okay? If you watch the Star Trek universe and Glenn Beck's, what's his name, Gene Roddenberry, okay, you know, I'm like, you watch Star Trek, you understand that by giving to one another keeps society whole. But people don't give enough, okay? And then there are so small few people who have too much, but people don't realize to stay away from those things. Those things are distractions. You can make your own stuff. You could be innovative. You could be helping other people. If you got capitalists on one hand, right, you could be the Peter Pan on another hand. You could be Peter Pan on the other hand. If you're wealthy, you give to those who you know that will reproduce something to help other people without too much stress, okay? But since there's so much turmoil and so much hunger, you got to put most of that blame on the women in particular, okay? Because you got to have men in power to have the capital money to reform society, because you got to have capitalism. If everybody has the equal amount of money, society will never be fixed, okay? It will be a dystopia about socialism, okay? You know, pathology is very simple. It's not hard. If everyone's having fun and not thinking of the earth, we have COVID. Okay, if women are not giving enough love to the right people, we have war. Okay, and we got people who don't like education, who don't like to focus on a balance. We have women on top of that who don't like people who, and it leads to the pathology. It's not very hard, guys. But don't get mad at me because I'm not religious. That's stupid, okay? Because when I was younger, I was asking questions about religion all along, all my life, and you haven't. So my mind is more a critical thinker than yours. Maybe you're just a robot. You just can't think outside no further than that box. Like Jesus is real, or Elijah Muhammad is real. Okay, I know I've seen videos of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, but I don't even know if they're real. Okay, so think about that. That's a little bit with the semantics that most people don't understand. The logical pathology of it. They don't understand that type of stuff. I don't know if Michael Jackson is real. Okay, even though I saw videos of him dancing and singing, and lots of people know the motherfucker, right? I don't know if anything is real no more, because when I see it, I was like, how do I know that's not a doppelganger? Someone who's acting like they're a real individual. Okay, I don't know that person personally, so I can't say that person is real. Anecdotal focus is much more prominent. I don't know if people went onto the goddamn moon. I don't know that. I see videos. They in space. I'm just only convinced if I go there myself, because I don't know. If I showed you what I seen, you're going on scientific research, scientific bias. It'll always play a role because you wasn't there, so I could be lying to you. I could show you fake photos and Photoshop a whole lot of fucking videos just to convince you, and then boom, that's how religion was created, okay? All right, religion was created by manipulation of dark energy. But other than that, that's all I wanted to say about religion, okay? And people who make excuses for their life. So instead of making excuses for themselves, they focus on God to relinquish all of their sins. That's terrible. It's terrible. And that's all I want to say about that shit, you guys. Think. Peace.